Hello, welcome to chapter 2. All of the chapters in
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, it is chapter 2.
It is
It
chapter
is.
2.
Oh God, I just looked at the link, and yes, I am laughing. Jonas always
It's
does
great.
that.
What?
Anyway, the
Yeah.
DM is currently
Oh.
eating, but
Oops.
someone needs to do a recap. I'll find out who.
I
Um,
accidentally disconnected.
Sheep is exempt from recap because he's not normally here.
Also, he did
Aw,
it last
sheep
night.
should have done it. God damn it. Just because...
Jake!
Why am I one? Alright.
I'm going by the order of my Skype.
I got this, don't worry.
Yeah, got this.
All I can remember from last time is that, yeah, all I remember is the speech that
was an epic
Ballard and
speech.
Laurel made.
Epic speech.
Yeah, it was like at the end.
Alright.
That's all I remember.
I remember because I had to watch it, or skim
You
through it
messed
all
up
of
all those
yesterday.
cultists.
Yeah, we
yeah!
we went cultist hunting. That was it.
Yeah, we went to the... yeah.
I fell down a hole.
Got it.
And then Raphael followed.
Oh, yeah!
And then Bollard
Yeah.
followed. And
And we
Manaki
all
and did.
fell in.
Not Manaki and Tyne. They were smart enough not to try and grab.
We used the ladder.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the one right next to it.
And
Yeah, I remember now.
and then we fought a load of cultists. And then there was an epic speech. A few days rolled past where we tried to lower the danger level meter bob so that they would lower the they would take off the quarantine and we could move about freely. That happened after 2 days of epic rolling.
Not 2 days, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, sorry. 2 weeks.
A fortnight.
A fortnight.
14 nights.
Of stuff, and for some reason Riff is broken again. The AC. I don't even know anymore. But here we are. That ended chapter 1 with an epic speech from Bollard and Laurel. Forgot your name.
Ballard didn't talk.
Zoe.
Zoe and
Zoe.
yeah, and didn't Bollard do like a entry
Ballard
thing?
collected the list of people at the end who
Okay.
stayed through the whole thing.
Alright. Yeah, so Laurel and Zoe did a fantastic speech, and everybody was happy. We quietened down the masses from a possible angry mob situation. Even though we helped them, like idiots, like plebs, come on. And that ended chapter 1. Here we are, chapter 2, called Chaos of the Wilds.
Chaos this shall be.
Chaos it shall be, seen as Jonas is not here with us today, for he has prior engagements of great magnitudes, for which it is classified, and I cannot tell you. But I will kill you.
Instead, we have Sir Sheep.
Who is about?
Hello.
So Sheep is here.
Yeah.
And this is who is streaming if you are watching the stream. And yeah, well, that was pretty much it. Like, now we're here. And stuffs.
So I'm not going to do the introduction to this, but I said, players, what are you doing?
We's going to Heaven's Fall. Specifically, a mountain nearby for Riff. Because Riff read up and wanted to go.
What mountain?
What mountain, hey? A mountain named Blackwind Peak.
Congratulations, you remember this time.
Oh yeah, I have the writing that you sent me. Blackwind Peak for where is very close to where a meteor is believed, or a form of light hitting the ground, I don't know, hit the Earth and shocking the very Earth for hundreds of miles around. And now there aren't many villages or cities. Pretty much like the closest city is the one we're in. The closest town is the opposite direction from this city. So, we are going to Blackwind Peak. It is going to be a fortnight journey. Hopefully. Laurel has mayory stuff to do. But that is pretty much it. Crazy shit happened when this thing hit the ground. So we're going to investigate it because we're the Ghostbusters.
Well,
yeah.
so is this like do we take trunks, or is it more like coats and stuff? Like, do we have a cabin we're going to stay in for a week, or what sort of holiday is this?
I think it's more of a we are using a horse and carriage. I think there's numerous towns on the way there until a certain point.
There are towns on the way there. That the closest one in your direction is about 60 miles out.
Yeah, so considering the Blackwind Peak is 120 miles out,
It's halfway.
it's halfway. So I'd imagine we'd stop off there because it's going to take us a few days to get there anyway.
What sort of sites are we going to? I mean,
we're going to a fucking mountain.
pocket money, should that be brought?
I think money should be brought.
Alright.
Riv has a bag of holding for such requirements. And valuables if you want to bring them. I mean,
Is there a set program, or will we sort of have time to mill about, looking at fauna and whatnot?
I suppose that is up to you, Lord Mayor.
Oh. Well, it's your trip.
Well,
You're inviting us on a holiday, so...
You're the organizer.
Riff would very much like to get there as soon as possible, really. On the way back, we can visit whatever we want.
Oh, alright. Sure.
So, yeah. It's kind of like an urgency get there, but after that, yeah, whatever.
Sure,
You know?
she knows what she's doing. He's okay with a mystery.
Yeah, yeah.
He'll pack for cold weather then, and
Yes, yes.
books on local fauna and natural things.
That was actually a good point.
Alchemist stuff. He's his sort of a portable alchemist table.
I mean, carriages can carry like 1,000 pounds on its roof. I think I read. So, yeah.
Your luggage can be held.
Our luggage can definitely be held, and
Should we bring like survival gear, or do we have a hotel, or?
I don't know. I think we should have some basic stuff, like food in case we need, like there's a storm or something. I think we should take some rations just in case, and we might get peckish on the way, And getting peckish on the way. A pavilion tent. How much would that cost? Like,
We can just, we have a military storage.
we
Fill it
do.
with bacon.
We just requisition like a
You
fucking
can borrow a
squad
military
set
tent.
from the.
We could just
Actually, no. Your requisition does not have a military tent. Actually, looking at it.
What?
Oh.
Mainly because there is no use for a military tent inside the
Yeah,
city.
we don't really go on campaign.
Well, we have at least fucking rations.
Yeah. We'll take food with
Shield
us
rations.
and bacon, because that's the best
Mm.
food.
We can sleep in the carriage.
Yeah, and if we need any other survival gear, if we cannot requisition it or borrow it, then Riff will pay the expenses for necessities.
Yes, if you wanted tents, I do have the price of tents actually.
Go for it.
Cheap.
So what kind of things do you want? What kind of things do you want for the tent? So you can buy like one person tents and buy 5 of them. A
Oh.
pavilion tent which can hold 10 creatures.
Well,
Wow,
we can
that's
share a
huge.
tent with Ballard.
That's huge.
Pavilion tent does take 90 minutes and at least 2 people to assemble.
What, the big one or the little one?
Biggest one.
Biggest one.
The little one's
It's a
been done in
bit
20 minutes.
overkill, doesn't it?
2 people, 90 minutes.
Does
Yeah.
Ballard own a tent?
There's
Seems like
a medium one which
Yeah,
holds 2
Ballard
people.
would like to sleep in a tent.
There's a medium one which has 2 people each, and the large one has 4 people each.
So how about Laurel
Well, he
and
just doesn't
Ballard?
wanna, like,
What if
sleep
Laurel
outside.
cut you half on a tent?
Yeah, sure.
And we can share a tent.
Yeah, alright.
So you
Tents are cheap.
Well,
What's the price of a 2-person tent?
a 2-person tent coming right up. A 2-person tent. Oops, I right-clicked somewhere by accident.
what about poor Raphael?
Yeah. Okay, so a two-person tent costs 15 gold.
Raphael will sleep with the ladies, I'm sure.
He can sleep in the carriage.
What?
Raphael can sleep in the carriage because he's a drooling mess today.
Yeah, so
No, I think we will ask him, and he'll be like, Raphael doesn't need a tent to find a place to sleep.
actually,
Raphael
Zoe,
always finds.
would Zoe really want to be in a tent with all the men?
No, she wanna share one
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Riff.
Zoe and Riff are gonna have a sleepover.
Yeah, that's what we always do.
So between the two of you, pull out 15 gold from medium-sized tent.
I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
There
I'll
you go.
They can be
pay
attached
for- Laura will pay if Ballard will carry.
They can be
sure.
put on top of they can be put on top of the carriage.
Yeah, but when we
The
get
Ballard
into
can carry it.
survival
Easy.
situation and have to like
15.
live from the wild and
Fair
whatnot.
enough.
Yeah, it's like what, 20 pounds, like a room.
All right, you pack that tent on you, and then Laura will pay for it. And we have a nice tent, and we're gonna sleep over. Should we buy some iron pots as well?
I got one.
You got
Yeah,
iron pot, flint, and steel. I got that.
I have
got
flint and
elk
steel.
fire.
I've got
Yeah.
I have in my pack, basically, I bought the Blood Ragers kit, which is it's a backpack, a blanket, a belt pouch, flint and steel, iron pot, soap, some torches, 5 days of trail rations, and a water skin. So Ballard is set.
Yeah, I have pretty much exactly the same.
I can bathe myself.
I will also want to
Good.
have
I'm
cold
not gonna do
weather.
it.
Actually, would one of my things? It should do. I don't know. I'll just get cold weather outfit just in case it's chilly. You know, could be chilly out there.
Only, yeah.
What I did with
It's a mountain. It's a mountain. They tend to be cold.
And Paul will also bring a ton of ingredients in his bag, because you never know what you're gonna need to make.
What? How much does the cold weather outfit cost?
8 gold.
8 gold. I'll get one too.
Actually, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that.
Wow, high demand recently.
Yeah, all of a sudden there's like all these rich people just like, I want to buy everything! Like, what the fuck?
You cold over.
Well, isn't it like it gives you basically like endure elements?
Was it
against
8 gold?
Yes.
Yeah, 8.
I'd like to note to you, you're buying cold weather outfits in July, basically.
Well,
Yeah.
are we going like into a mountain?
You are,
Yeah.
but the point is, it's July.
It's gonna look kind of weird, like
Yeah,
5
I
people.
went
like,
to
No,
Norway
like,
in
let's
July.
buy some of those snowshoes and like an ice axe as well. Then we'll seem like mountain climbers instead of weird people.
That's true.
I went to Norway in July, and there was snow in the mountain.
Need some Dragon's Punch whiskey.
The point is, actually finding cold weather outfits right now isn't the easiest. You can do it, but it's not the easiest.
We just
Yeah.
want some fur, like more finding some fur, and then
It's,
it has
it's
to
not
have
something that's in
feathers.
high stock right now.
Alright, yeah, that's fine. Alright. Alright.
Shouldn't Ballard get the dwarven rations that are full of smoked sausage, salted meat, and some
Aw.
hard biscuits and dried
Yeah, but I'm
vegetables?
not a dwarf, so it's just paying more money for no extra bonuses.
But screw bonuses.
Oh, hey
We're
guys,
buying weather
there's the
clouds.
technological gear category now in goods and services, and it's on the SRT, so it's legal.
Oh
I
my!
don't care what Dark says. I'm buying a zero grenade.
There is no zero. There's no one to make a zero grenade in the city.
Okay, how about a nanite hypo gun?
There is no one to make a nanite hypogun in the city.
How about a?
No, Jake! No!
I got this.
Ignore it for now. I haven't even looked through it, so
How about a med lance?
no.
Just,
All right, hold up. Well, I will link
Jake-
it in case you do want to look through it later.
I'll look for it later, but not in session.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just messing around.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess after gathering all of our equipment,
This sounds like a day of shopping.
pretty much.
Are we gonna get sleeping bags and stuff like that?
I'd imagine so. Like,
tea.
You can bring like bedrolls if you want a bedroll. It's like a silver piece.
Yeah.
yeah, I have a
bedroll.
bedroll,
Yeah,
so.
sure.
Good thing to have.
And then we can borrow a horse and carriage and a driver, I'd imagine.
He can be paid a state salary easily enough.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think any of us can drive a horse carriage.
No, I mean, you
No,
None
I
of
know,
you are
probably could,
trained
but
in
the
such
price is
said
low.
matters.
He doesn't know how to handle an animal. He's never trained with that.
yeah, I could ride a horse, kind of, I suppose.
Well, anyone can try.
Yeah, you know.
The point is, can you handle an animal? And the answer is no.
Yeah, well. Alright, so yeah, after doing that, I think we would head off. Is that?
When do you set off?
Early in the morning while everyone's sleepy, so we can just sleep a little on the way.
Yeah, in the morning, everyone's kinda hazy, but wakes up kind of easily. Dawn, there you go. People
Where
wake
do
up.
we meet up? I imagine like maybe outside Laurel's shop or at the crossing, sort of.
Yeah, basically a muleback crossing.
Yeah, just
Everyone sort of take their
crossing.
things and come out with their little bags and their,
Yeah,
Very well.
our bags, our trunks, and everything.
Very well. You meet there, and you're looking for somewhere to get a horse, of course, aren't you?
Yeah.
Where would you get the horse wagon from? 1 second. Let me just check that.
you can hire a carriage, dude, right?
Yeah, the question
I
is
think-
where from.
I think
because
Silver a day or something.
Could we have done that yesterday? Because Riff would have probably booked that in advance.
you can have it booked. That's fair enough. I'm just checking where would the place be. Okay, found it.
Before we leave, Laura will also go talk to his, just one of these days when the quarantine's opened, he'll actually go talk to his family
Very well. 1 second.
at the Season Steak Inn.
Yep, I can reveal them. They exist.
Delicious seasoned steak. Yeah,
They seem to be enjoying themselves.
they had a good time. They still have a lot of money, hopefully.
They still have plenty of money.
Right. Well,
They-
he'll basically
Despite having so much, they've been rationing it a lot.
he'll inform them that everything's okay, and he is currently Lord Mayor of Northside. That the plague is gone and the quarantine is gone.
By the way,
Questions are fired at you.
Well, he will answer them, obviously, and actually smile and sit down and warm in. And say that they can indeed return, and that he has left a bit of more money at the usual place, which means hidden under floorboard. So that if they're allowed to stay here, of course, it's up to them. The money is really theirs. He doesn't need it back. And if there's anything they need, they can buy it. They should enjoy themselves. They deserve it. And that he will be going on a trip to aid one of his new friends, perhaps. Rithlin. They know her. She's been over for dinner a few times. And, yeah. Basically, give them the key to the house. Well, I mean, I suppose they already have one, but
You invite them to come back.
yeah. Tell them that everything's cool now, and that stuff's going well. And if they want to, they can come back. They can stay at the end. Maybe they're a little tired of it, but they've been out in the Dark District for 2 months. Hopefully, had a time at the Opera House. And
And they've looked around, done some sightseeing,
they can enjoy it.
treated themselves a little bit, but they're looking to go home and.
We'll also have their
What house do you need to
IDs.
clean after you've been around?
We'll also have their IDs updated to be of House Arkenbrack.
House Arkenblack.
Your mother seems a little bit overwhelmed with the idea of being nobility.
Yeah, and basically fixing them up with access to, whatever quarters he can. Basically, yeah, I assume he could go anywhere, really,
Laura can go to the majority of the city, yeah.
except for the palace, perhaps. But he'll also fix them up with that, give them as much as possible there. He doesn't know what they'll need during this time, but, well, nothing really, probably, but at least it's something.
Okay.
Basically say that he'll promise that he'll spend some more time with them soon, but it is very busy right now. A lot happens.
Your brother seems to be quite excited at the idea of being a nobleman.
Good. Laura thought so.
Yeah, you can hear him kind of like just going for like all the different ideas and like thinking about like princes and princesses and.
Laura will also take him a little to the side and say that it is a big responsibility, and that it's important that he doesn't forget where he came from, and let all this power and ability go to his head.
He listens to your wise saging.
With great
And Laura
power.
will ruffle his hair and take his leave. Should go and, He left another 100
Aw,
in the house, in the secret place.
I was gonna make him smile for once.
Never.
The most depressed people to look at.
I know, we need to Photoshop that, DDS. Photoshop them to smile.
Nope.
Turn their mouths around.
Very well. So in that case, the early morning of it's early morning. You all meet up wherever you're meeting up.
Yep.
On the map has been marked location 63, Gate District Military Stables, which Laurel has full right to be able to just rent a horse out of.
Where's that?
Sell all the horses.
No, you can't
Gate
take all of them.
It's over here, in the Gate District.
I can send you.
Marshal Iverna Frey. Fry?
You haven't met her.
No.
All the way over there. Right? Alright, so we've got to make that journey.
On the way, I assume we'll all be sitting inside the carriage. How big is that damn thing? Usually they're only for 4 people, right?
Yes, the
Someone's
carriage.
gonna take
carriage
turns
is
sitting
only a
outside with the...
Standard carriage is generally 4 people, meaning one person will be riding with the driver.
Well,
Yeah.
seeing as Raphael is a drooling mess, he probably sits in the front in this
Yeah,
journey.
that seems fair. Laura would like to sit inside so we can read.
Riff.
Yeah, ow.
What's wrong with your AC? Was it your normal AC and your touch was too high? Was it your flat footed too high?
It's just my AC, I think.
Flat-footed too high, by 4,
Check.
as far as I can see.
Yeah, let me find it. Yeah, AC's up
You
by
have mage
4.
armor on when you shouldn't have mage armor on.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I have mage armor on when I shouldn't. So, don't know why it keeps on doing that. It did this last session as well.
Try to activate mage armor and then take it off again. Like that.
Active mods wouldn't.
Because usually it might be because the state has been cleared without the spell being removed.
See, I always do it through active mods. That's why. So, I don't know.
No, mine works when I do it through active mods.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway, you can try working out as you. Yeah. So in that case, all your stuff is loaded aboard the carriage.
Yep.
It's actually very chilly this morning.
Is
Yeah,
it?
that's why the cold weather gear was for.
For being like summertime, it's actually surprisingly chilly.
Well,
There you go.
morning, I suppose. So kind
Uh,
of chilly. Riff will put a light jacket on, I suppose.
See how long my endure elements lasts.
Endure elements is like 24 hours, I think.
I don't know. I have an extra first level spell that I don't know what to do with always. Yeah, I'll endure elements. He'll drink that. He doesn't need it.
You're
He has
absolutely
the
fine
clothes.
then.
He'll warm or cold. He's good.
Well, unless it gets too warm.
If it begins to do damage to him,
Yeah.
A fireplace you'd have a bad day with.
have to-
One. No, never mind.
Anyway,
feel-
so
like I don't have
the journey begins.
Does it now?
For the first few days, you're just going past like small villages and towns, and maybe through another city.
Okay.
The first few days are quite a simple trip.
basically just sit in the carriage like for 4 days.
Chat.
Well, you can get out in the towns and grab extra food or.
Like I assume we at least take some hold and take an evening where we don't drive, just because you would get insanely tired of just sitting up in a
Your
carriage.
ass would just be like,
It'd be leather.
Yeah.
yeah.
You most likely stop anyway to like get the horses more feed or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably
has
during the
got-
night and stuff.
Laura's got a book he's reading. It's like the Alchemist's Guide to Blackwood Peak.
Very well.
Ballard will ask at some point, basically whenever we have a little bit of time where we're not doing anything particularly, if Laurel can make him a thunderstone. It's 30 gold or something. Just so that way, in case we find any spellcasters, we can make them fuck up their spells and stuff sometimes.
Oh, get on it. You know, this is a long trip. He's sure that no one else would have mind if he has like a table out with some burnings and whatnot. Well, he doesn't need to sleep anyway, so while the others are sleeping.
You open the carriage window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Make a couple of them, actually.
Precisely, I'm going to talk it forward 5 days.
Right.
Yeah. Do you craft them at half price?
The Thunderstone does not have a crafting DC.
Doesn't it?
No.
Weird.
Yeah.
Because on the goods and service things, it says alchemical creations. This page includes all sorts of items which require a craft alchemy check to create.
If it doesn't have a craft DC, there's generally some reason behind it.
Yeah.
But basically, not everything on the page is creatable normally by players. Some of it is just, the items are still alchemical.
It is actually an alchemical reagent, meaning that it most likely is a natural thing.
Yeah, thunderstones can be found, not really made.
Boo. Oh well.
But you can buy some.
Yeah, I'll buy a couple before we leave.
Well, that's not on day 5. You spend the whole day is spent actually within another city. This one is actually a border city, to be precise.
Oh.
You are in. Well, let's say it's a city. It's a large town. It's basically a border keep between this area, and then moving through the mountain pass into the next area.
Okay.
To be precise, you're moving into. Let's double check if I've got the name written. The Duchy of Kelrin, which Blackwind Peak is within.
Yep.
Is that ruled by an ugly, stressed hunchback king?
I doubt it.
You do not know who rules this town.
And his son, the Viking Lord?
Nonetheless, at this day you stop in the town, possibly book room in an inn. And really you all get the whole day to do as you wish. The town itself is quite for being being at the border point. It's the only way of traffic really in and out. There's a lot of people around here. A lot of merchants. Just quite a few of everything around. The air actually smells quite a lot of incense. Interestingly enough.
What kind of incense?
It varies. It varies. There are different kinds, but quite sweet smells are in the air, mostly though. It's actually quite different from normally being in the town. Normally the capital has been quite it's quite. While it's busy, it's normally quite rushed, and there's quite a lot of smell, quite a lot of dark smells around. But here it's actually for being so busy, there's it isn't loud. There is very little in the way of there's all you can really smell in the air is the incense. Not much else is really smellable.
That's odd for a city.
Maul looks around. Does he know has he heard of this city before?
Well,
Riff will have a look at it as well.
You go ahead and look around. It's not the most populous of places, but it's a decent city. Have you heard of it? That would be a local check, or I will allow nobility in the case of basically thinking who would the lord be. Idea.
On it.
There'll be no difference. Let's just do a look. I ain't got no idea with that one.
Well, I rolled a 24.
I got 26.
Oh.
I rolled a 19 though, so.
Well, Bollard knows of this place. Well, Zoe does as well. Or the city of Kellendor Keep. This place has been quite ravaged over history by things from the mountains coming in. But what happened a while ago was we're going back a few hundred years. A group of monks actually built a monastery here, and actually the monks to help defended the town. And they were seen as basically saviors for the entire town. And as a result, people started adopting more and more of their lifestyles.
Hmm.
No judging.
No.
No.
Quite strange.
Yeah, Bollard does know some things. For example, in this town, interestingly enough, is one of the only places you know of like this. Alcohol is completely banned.
Mm.
That might be why it's a nicer city. Probably.
Alcohol's completely banned. The religious community has a surprising amount of pull here as well.
Hmm.
Sounds like a nice place.
It's a very peaceful place, one of the lowest crime rates.
Very interesting. Not entirely sure
Well,
where to go.
You also know the leader of the city
Suddenly,
is General Selvana. The last name you do not know, but in general, though, it also doesn't really take much of a hand from what you know in the city's politics. Generally, the city itself is self-governing in most senses, so it's not really exerted power. You look quite out of place coming into the city, but you know, you're still welcomed in.
Okay. Does anything seem does anything seem out of place as we enter the city?
What do you mean by out of place?
Other than the nicer atmosphere, which I find odd as it is for cities. Anything that would seem out of the ordinary for any city, regardless nice or good or bad?
Perception checks.
Is it broad daylight?
You're coming in like the evening, so it's kind of like dimmish.
Would it be bright light or dim light?
Dim.
Damn it.
Well, Riff still sees something.
Do I?
Riff's looking around. She notices the fact that there's remarkably few guardsmen.
Oh.
She's looking around, and there's, I mean, you know, from the trail, from like, you know, when you come through the gate, all the way, through the city. There's very few in the way of guard. Actually, even the gates barely had anyone manning them.
Okay.
Like from the entire wall on approach, the most you saw was like 4 people from the entire wall.
In that case, Riff feeling confused about that, Naru will fly up and see if he sees them congregated anywhere.
No, doesn't see any congregations of any kind. There does see a lot of people though. Interestingly, near a certain plaza, on one side of town.
I will ask a friendly looking person
He bows to you.
what the plaza is. What plazas there are in the city.
There are 2 plazas in the city. To be precise, there is the plaza of the ever living tree. There's also the Crown Plaza.
And the directions of them to see which one Nairu.
The ever living tree is on the east side of town. The Crown Plaza is on the south.
And which one was Nairu interested in? Like, what way was he facing?
East.
East. Okay. Riff will thank the man and hand him a silver piece for his time.
He shakes his head and pushes it back. No trouble.
Griff kind of bows her head and says thank you for the time anyway.
He bows and leaves.
She informs the rest that that there is a plaza to the east, and that there seems to be some form of congregation. The plaza. We should probably check it out, as there's not many guards around. And she starts heading in towards the east of the city, towards the plaza, specifically.
Anyone else follow her?
Well, Laura will go with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
He's got a lot of work in the evening, but until then.
Does Raphael the potato follow?
Raphael the potato will follow.
No, that's not your decision. That's Sheep's decision.
Sheep does the potato follow.
I'm muted. Sure, I suppose.
You can say
I,
no.
I
like
do
Raphael
think
does.
that the other party members should make the decisions for Raphael and not me.
But you're Raphael.
What?
Yeah.
More in a combat sense, really, he is.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, in combat I can take control, sure. But if you get him killed out of combat, then it's your fault.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Raphael will come, yeah.
You go through the city. The city has rather like elaborate archways, actually quite covering quite a bit with like bridges going between buildings.
Maybe Raphael would rather go out and see if he can find a place to sleep tonight. You know what I mean?
Could do, yeah.
Be more in character.
Yeah.
And moping about behind us. He'd be like, oh, Raphael, we'll go and see if we
Raphael?
can find a room tonight.
Well, Raphael starts looking around the inn.
Very exciting.
It's harder than usual, however, because this time there's no one drunk.
Like his experience of traveling and exploring the countryside is certainly different than ours. Raphael has certain sights he wishes to see.
Yeah, so we will...
Approaching the plaza and moving through one of the arches, you need to go up a few steps to get to like a higher section of town. But as your eyes reach the horizon of the stairs, you definitely see a large group of people all sitting cross-legged around a huge willow tree in the plaza.